Have you ever been so consistent and productive with bringing your dreams and goals to life, but something happens? You get injured, you get sick, you cheat on your diet, and you immediately slip back into your old ways, throwing away all your progress. If you want to be able to continue on the road of growth and productivity and never slip up, I've got a simple method that I want you to implement. It's called the 5-4-5 method. And if you use it, it's going to help you level up so fast, it'll feel illegal. Now, I want to break down like my real raw board of transformation, my goals, my dreams, the things I do daily to stay consistent, to see the transformation I'm looking for. And hopefully you can get some value from this because it calls upon all the principles I talk about in my content, all the spiritual principles, all the metaphysical principles, all the self-development principles, but it transitioned them from thinking about it to doing something about it. And the more consistently we do it, the easier it is for us to level up and become. Now, the greatest issue most people face is that they try and go from level 1 to 100 immediately. And that jump, that gap that we create psychically is why it's so hard to change, why it's so hard to come back from a simple stumble, and why we so easily resort back to that level 1 version of ourselves. Well, let's say level 100 is the version of yourself that you want to become. It is your ideal self. It is your highest self. Now, what all the metaphysics and spirituality says is that those states, that identity, that version of you you're after already exists. You just have to remove the barriers, the limiting beliefs, the emotions, the thoughts that identify with an old version of you. So let's say you're after peace. Peace already exists. We don't create peace. We just let go of the anger, fear, guilt, doubt that prevents us from experiencing peace. So I'm going to show you what this looks like in self-development, and I'm going to break it down through my 5-4-5 method. It is a simple 3-step practice to help you bring to life your North Star goals, your big picture goals, daily disciplines that make you the best version of you, that increase your frequency, change your vibration to who you want to be, and then how to pick 5 tasks daily that are non-negotiables in order to bring your North Star to life. So up here in the top right quadrant, I have my big 5 goals. For me, I want to be 175 pounds. I want to eat super clean. I only want to eat organic food. And I just want to have an active lifestyle. My second goal with one of the companies I'm working on with the creator is a $200,000 drop. So that's a goal I have. I'm just putting these as North Stars. They may change, but they're frequencies I'm aiming for. I'm not taking them as literal, definitive factors of my self-worth. I'm saying, hey, this is what I feel aligned with energetically. This is what I want to bring to life. My third goal is to have an active, fulfilling, and exciting social life. Being an entrepreneur and a creator, it's easy to kind of just isolate yourself from the world. So I want to not only be spending time with people I love, but doing active things that are exciting and fulfill my life and the things I enjoy. My fourth goal is to be more present and love all people. So I just want to be the best version of me all the time. I don't want to like gatekeep my gifts, gatekeep the love I have for the world to a conditional experience. I want to treat a stranger the same as I'd treat a homeless person, the same as I'd treat my mom, my brother, my girlfriend. And fifth, every year for my birthday is October 10th, my goal is to bring the best version of myself to life. So it says Grant, alter ego. So I want to bring to life that new version of myself, that new identity. And to do that, I'm going to use this 5-4-5 method. So the top 5, those were 5 goals. Those are the North Star things. Those are the things that you set on a shelf. Those are things you want, but you forget about in the day-to-day. And then the 4 and 5 that follow are the things that we do every single day to make sure we're bringing those big picture things to life. But it allows us to remove the weight of the stress that comes with chasing big picture ideals. So let's do 4, 5-4-5. The 4 tasks you have to choose are 4 things that are a morning routine that get your frequency dialed. It sets the dominoes into motion daily so you don't negotiate with yourself, so you don't fall back into your old ways. And I have 4 different boxes that I check every day, and it goes by date to make sure that I'm getting it done. So for me, that's 15,000 steps. I know that's a lot. 2, 5 minutes of meditation. I've learned that it's easier to set smaller goals for yourself. So if some of you struggle to meditate for 5 minutes, put 1 minute. You put 1 minute, you'll end up doing 5. That's a little secret right there. If you want to do 15,000 steps, put 10,000 steps. Put 5,000 steps. And just make that win easier to get for yourself. My third one is gratitude. So I have a journal that I want to express my gratitude and just get my thoughts down on paper. It's all about awareness. So the concept behind this entire strategy is from a guy named Dr. David R. Hawkins. And he says, if you want to stop eating 30 cookies every night, you don't get mad at yourself and say, oh my God, you're never going to change. You eat these cookies. That is not how you change. You actually change. They're just creating awareness of what you want to change. And this is what effortless action is in spiritual teaching. So it's the idea that if we become aware of it, it will inherently change. Let's say on night 1, you eat 30 cookies. Night 2, you eat 40 cookies. Just take note of that. That's what I'm doing on this board. I'll break that down what I do right here. Night 3, you eat 15 cookies. Night 4, you eat 14 cookies. Night 5, you eat 7 cookies. It will naturally start to change just because you're bringing awareness to it. The reason we don't change is because we stay victim to subconscious patterns, to unconscious, which means we are not conscious of. To become conscious is to be aware. To be aware is to measure, right? We manage what we measure is what a good friend of mine always reminds me. So gratitude journal, I want to make sure that I'm finding things to be grateful for every day. Even small things, even an injury I got in my heel, I'm grateful for. Now, the final thing is 100 push-ups and 5 minutes of stretching and mobility. So these are 4 non-negotiable things that I start with every day because it sets me in the motion. It sets me into that level of output that I know I need to do to tackle my 5 big tasks daily. So the top 5 big goals are the North Star things. Those are the things that when you feel a little off course, you're like, hey, that's what I'm working for. The 4 are the non-negotiable things that put you in the frequency you want to change. And then we're moving on to the final 5. You need to pick 5 needle moving tasks, things that are actually working towards your North Star goal. So for me, if that's a 200K drop with one of the products I'm building with a creator, then I'm listing out stuff, right? I'm like, hey, finalize and check the systems you just built for a live event we're hosting. Hey, make sure the creator set up an automation through her social media page. 3, launch the marketing material that's going to go with the drop. And then I make sure I do these every day. So there's 2 unchecked, but I'm doing it every day. Now, my big goals are related to this creator drop because it's just more like hands-on in my immediate. But these 4 things down here that are my daily routine also align with my fitness goals. And my fitness goals are one of the most important things to me. That's why they have half of the whiteboard. Every day, I weigh in. I count my calories, my nutrition. I track the lift I do. So the lift column, chest and back, chest and arms, rest day, full body, back and biceps, chest. I do cardio. So I got 30 minutes of Stairmaster, 40 minutes of incline walk, 6.2 mile run, 5 mile run. And then I calculate my steps. So I'm creating awareness of everything I do. Not that I'm trying to be perfect, not that I'm trying to be a Nazi, but just so I can hold myself accountable. So I don't fall victim to unconscious thought patterns. I'm making the unconscious conscious. Because if you're like, why am I not losing weight and you're eating 3,000 calories a day and you don't know that, you're not tracking that, then no wonder what you measure gets managed. And you need to manage your life consciously if you want to see change and transformation. This is how you level up quickly. This is how you get to that level 100 version of yourself. For me, about a week ago, I injured my heel. You see all this red here? I'm like, code red, injury, relapse. I hurt my heel. I increased my mileage too quickly in my running for a half marathon and I injured myself. And I relapsed. I fell victim because I was stagnant. I wasn't being active. I couldn't walk. Then I started eating like crap. So I measured it and I see it. Now, of course it sucks to slip up. Of course it sucks to fall victim to things that we're looking to grow from. But all I can do is just become aware of it. I'm not going to get mad at myself, continue to self-sabotage. I'm just going to note it. And then I'm back on routine. Last 2 days, I've been dialing back my routine. This is the power of creating awareness. This is the power of being conscious. And this is a simple 5-4-5 method I use to bring my unconscious ways into consciousness, into awareness, to see the transformation I'm looking for. So if you guys like this, if you want me to break it down, let me know in the comments. This is just a short video because I need to get back to making YouTube videos, but I hope I can bring some like real value to life for you in a way that just like makes sense. So you can actually see what like implementing this spiritual and metaphysical knowledge looks like. If the first step is awareness, this is how you create awareness. After you create awareness, you realign your intention. So you go from saying, hey, I don't want to be the level 2 version of myself. I want to be the level 100 version of myself. What does that look like? That's what the 5-4-5 is. For me, the level 100 is those top 5 things, right? My certain weight and fitness goals, a $200,000 drop coming up. Those are like my highest ideals. And in order to bring those things to life, I need to orient them around a certain thought process, certain goals, certain daily habits and activities. So I hope this like makes sense, because this is what manifestation really looks like. To take an internal frequency I aim to create and to bring it to life physically. That's my definition of manifestation. I hope you guys got something from this. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.